Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Finally, the Premier League 2020-2024 season has ended and we now know who the champions is, which is Manchester City. So congratulations to Manchester City for winning the last game of the season against West Ham 3-1, and Arsenal also winning the last game of the season by 2-1 against Everton. And so both teams showed that they really wanted the trophy, and only one winner, and which is Manchester City. And Manchester City have broken the record and also set a new record of also making it 4 times in a row. No team has ever done it in the Premier League, but Manchester City, led by Pep Guardiola, has eventually clinched it for the first time in a row. So it's now a message to other teams saying, catch us if you can. And so that is the message. Arsenal did well, they tried their best, but it was not good enough because they did eventually win the trophy, which Manchester City did. And so all I can say is better luck next time. In as much as I tipped Arsenal to win the trophy, I was so confident. I had that feeling that Arsenal were going to win it, but eventually Manchester City did. Football is a funny game, but Manchester City eventually clinched the title on the last of the season. Kudos to Arsenal for pushing Man City all the way to the final. If Arsenal has not pushed Man City all the way to the final, they themselves has also collide along the way with Liverpool. It would have been Manchester City that would have won it outrightly before the season ended. But Arsenal ensured that they took the match to the final. They hoping that a miracle will happen somewhere for them, but eventually it did not happen. The miracle stick with Manchester City, and Manchester City did what ended up winning the trophy. And so going to the match proper against Everton at the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal started the match not, how will I put it, sluggishly. They were so nervy. The final of the season, they were being careful. It was not the free-flowing Arsenal of playing football, and then they were just being there, just taking it as it goes, not wanting to give too much into the match. And lo and behold, they had chances. The goalkeeper Pickford did a fantastic job by saving some of the balls going into the back of the net. And the only chance that Everton had, they had a free kick where Thomas Partey ensured that he knocked down a player, and then a player eventually picked up for the ball, and through the free kick, take it was hit it, and then it was deflected by Declan Rice into the top corner of the post. It gives David Raya no chance at all. The ball was heading somewhere. It was heading to the right hand side of the post, but the deflection of Declan Rice ensured that it went to the left hand side of David Raya post, and that was eventually how Everton got their first goal. And then it was all about how Arsenal were going to fight back, how they were going to ensure that they did not lose the match on the final of the season. And then lo and behold, Odegaard had a chance, pass it to Tomiyasu, and then Tomiyasu, being left alone in the box 18 of Everton, hit the ball into the back of the net, and it became 1-1. And so it was now the second half. So now, okay, what Arsenal will eventually do, how they will turn the game around. I'm sure they've had the result of Manchester City, and that alone dampened the spirit of the players. But they knew in the second half they just had to get the 3 points, make the fans in the stadium happy. If it has ended in a draw, that would have also been another story entirely. But thank goodness that it did not end in a draw, but they eventually ensured that they struggle and grind out the 3 points, which they did through Martin Odegaard also being in the box, ensure that he draw 3 players to himself, pass the ball down to Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz hits the post into the left hand side of the post, and that was how it ended 2-1. And in as much as they all felt sad, they were not happy. Me as an Arsenal fan, I wasn't actually happy. I I was not happy. I was not sad though, but I was not happy that Arsenal did not win it for the second time in a row. This season was different from last season. Last season they kind of collide, they draw point, they were out of form towards the latter stages of the season. They were by far, a huge gap above Manchester City, but being out of form, they begin to drop points, begin to lose, and that gave Manchester City the momentum, and they picked at the right time, and they eventually overtake Arsenal. That was how Man City clinched the title last season. But this season, they learned from it. They took it all the way to the final day of the season, but still it was not enough for them to win the Premier League this season. And so it's better luck to Arsenal next time. They should try their best, and then, well, next season, let's see how it goes. And so a lot of people were saying Arsenal bottled it, they flip and all that. Well, to me, I will not say they bottled it. Last season, yes, they did, but this season they gave it a good fight. They gave it a fight to the end. Even Manchester City knew that they actually have a fighter that ensured that they push them all the way to the final day of the season. A lot of people were like, oh, Arteta needs to be sacked. It was so talked about and all that. If you look at where Arsenal were before Arteta came, 20 years ago, Arsenal were all fighting for the Champions League qualification. All they wanted was to ensure that they qualify for the Champions League. That winning mentality of Arsenal changed. It was not the same Arsenal of of the 90s that was playing. By 20 years, that was like 2004, 2005, thereabout. It wasn't the same Arsenal. It's really, changed. Their mentality changed. They got to a new stadium. They left Ivory to Emirates, and so what they needed to do was to pay maybe the loan that they borrowed for the Emirates Stadium, and so their mentality changed. All what they were only thinking about was to qualify for the Champions League. Qualifying for the Champions League was like a trophy for Arsenal, and whereas it was never so from the beginning. Arsenal were a title winning team, a title winning club. They ensure they go for trophies, they win big trophies. That was what Arsenal was meant for. But the moment they got a new stadium, the mentality changed. That winning mentality that was installed into the club changed, the culture changed, the identity changed, their values changed. It was not like they lack structure. That was what it was like. It was like they lack structure. They don't know where they were going, and by the time they fixed all those loopholes and they finished paying off their loans, they sent out and they sacked Arsene Wenger and then brought in Unai Emery. Unai Emery couldn't do anything, as his first season in Arsenal. Even me, when I saw it, I was like, Unai Emery is not the kind of manager that they need. He's a good coach, fine, but he's not the kind of manager that Arsenal need. And then they go away with Unai Emery and brought in Mikel Arteta. And what Mikel Arteta did, I don't know the conversation they had in the meeting that they did when they met with him, what he told them and what they told him. I don't know what they discussed, but you could tell that by the time he got to Arsenal, he ensured that he brought in that winning mentality back to the club. He ensured that the club has identity, has structure. They had a vision. They had a vision. They knew what they want. He ensured that he brought back that value that Arsenal is known for. Arsenal is a big club, so he brought back that value. He brought back that togetherness between fans and club with the players, and so you could tell the changes. Even on the field of play, you could tell that okay, this Arsenal team is going somewhere. In his first season, he won the FA Cup, and he also won the Community Shield. So you could tell that okay, this Arsenal team under Mikel Arteta is going somewhere. Even when I told a friend of mine when he was telling me, this Arsenal with Mikel Arteta, I don't think he's a manager that they need. And I told him, I said with this Arteta that I'm seeing. If the club can be patient with him, he will definitely take Arsenal to the highest level. And I told them, I said, all what Arsenal need to do is for them to be patient with him, and they are actually patient with him, and now we could see the result. He's been fighting for title toe to toe with Manchester City, and so that tells you a lot about Arsenal this season, taking the game all the way to the final. And so this is all I have to say about this season. We did well, but it's not enough. So please, if you like this video, comment your opinion, what you think of Arsenal. Are you satisfied with Arsenal this season, with second position that they are in? If not, what are your expectations for Arsenal for next season? Do you expect them to win all trophies, or you are only sticking to the Premier League, or you expect them to win 2 trophies next season? Please comment your opinion in the comment section, and also please subscribe to this channel, and also share this video and turn on your notification. Thank you very much.